Hello, it's Joe again. Welcome back for Fasting Life Week 35 and quarantine. So, yeah, I mentioned last week the bubble seems to have possibly burst in my little tiny secluded area because people won't act right. And there are at least 7 known positives in town, including a couple of people I've had contact with. So I went a few days ago and had my test, and I will hopefully get the results within 5 to 6 days. No work for me until I get some results. Hopefully I'll know Monday or Tuesday, and then maybe I can go to one of my jobs on Wednesday. Other job is in the courthouse where several of the positives were, so that's not somewhere I'm going for a minute. Yeah, so there's a lot of people waiting for their test results right now, and that's where we're at. Yeah. So I am still working on finishing that bathroom. The bathroom has walls. And I am just doing stuff around my home. So no makeup, no hair did. You lucky you got this. The only time I'm going out right now is to walk the giz. Otherwise, yes, you're my baby, sticker monkey. Walking him. Otherwise, I am just taking it easy. I don't even have an alarm set in the morning, so I slept until 7:45 this morning, which was late for me. I will update you again in a couple of days at the full end of the week, but I thought I'd touch base with the whole I'm in quarantine thing. I have no illness, no symptoms. I had a headache for several days. That could easily be attributed to the stress of the whole situation, though. When I mentioned that bubble bursting before, I didn't realize how close of a contact I'd had with some of those people that are now positive. So, yeah, I think I'm fine. But not only do I not want to have it, I don't want to give it to anybody else. This is a very rural area. Technically, we're not even rural. If you go to, like, talk to the electric company or the telephone company or any utility like that, the area I live in is considered frontier, not even rural, more than rural. So, yeah, that's a thing. So people were just like, whatever, it's a big hunting area. We get a lot of people visiting here doing elk hunts, and right now it's deer hunts, and main part of hunting season ends at the end of this month. But yeah, there's still a lot of people coming and going through here. Rock hounders and long distance hikers and people doing the Continental Divide Trail. And we see a lot of people, and people were just walking around without their mask, without taking precautions, because it's all fake. No, it's not. Whatever. So, I'm in a risk zone, but I don't think it's too high of a risk. I have been back on track with my eating. I am almost purely carnivore. I did have a slip the other night and had a jar of homemade apricot jelly that I mixed a few spoonfuls up, more than a couple that I should have had. But I ate really good, and then I just wanted something sweet. And so I mixed that up with a little sesame, roasted sesame seed butter, what is that? Tahini. And tahini is not to my taste by itself, but if I mix it up with something sweet, I'm enjoying it. But since I was doing the paleo thing, there's no peanut butter or anything in my house. And I'm going to finish what I bought. That's just how it is. And it was a mistake, though, because all that sugar in the jelly and stuff, it tasted good. It satisfied the sweet craving. But then I felt like crap. crud the whole rest of the night. So that didn't sit right. The pasta I had last week did not sit wrong at all. So gluten, grains that are made pasta with, definitely not one of my inflammatory foods. I do want to keep onto the carnivore for a while, though. I'm still working well with that. Although I am thinking in the next couple of days, maybe tomorrow is another food day. I'm doing an extended fast right now. Today was day 2, and I'm going back into food tomorrow. But I wanted to, 1, have another extended. I haven't done one all month. And 2, I wanted my food day to land on Thanksgiving at the end of this next week. So by taking an extra day this week, I got myself in pattern to have food land right for Thanksgiving. But what I'm going to do tomorrow, I think, is make like carnivore friendly. They are, I could say it, I know the words. Basically like steak nuggets or steak bites. You take the steak bites. I've got some chuck. I'll tenderize it really good since I didn't buy cube steak or anything planning for this. So I've got some chuck. I'm just going to tenderize the crap out of it. And then I'm going to dry them off, season, dip in egg, and then dip in crushed pork rinds. So that is how you do a keto-friendly and carnivore-friendly chicken nugget or steak bite. I don't have any chicken in the house. I kind of wanted chicken nuggets, and I'm like, well, I ain't got any chicken, but I can do this with some chuck. So I don't have anything I'm particularly 100% sure I'm going to make for like a dipping sauce of any kind. Unless I get, I'm not sure how I feel about that whole xanthan gum thing. I don't know if my body cares about that, doesn't like it, because with like some heavy cream and salt and pepper and butter and a little xanthan gum fur, which is what they call a keto cornstarch substitute. So it's a thickening agent. I don't know if I feel okay about it enough on my carnivore, but I could make a gravy with that. So that's where we're at. I'm doing a little food experiment because I tend to eat really plain, simple. What you see is what you get. I do not make complex meals even when I'm not limiting my food. But you know, something breaded sounded good, and I don't necessarily need a dipping sauce, so I might not make any kind of gravy or anything. But that's tomorrow, and I'll tell you about that when it's done, and I'll sum up the week in a couple of days. I just thought I would, you know, mention the whole self-quarantining phase of my life and where we're at now. So, yeah, there we are. Self-quarantine. See you in a minute with the final week results of my carnivore diet, fasting life, and my keto pork rind nuggets. Hello, beautiful. I'm back, and the week is now complete, and nothing much has changed since I talked to you a minute ago. I'm still waiting on my test results, so I'm still self-quarantining, and I did make my little steak bites. It medium worked. I took a couple of pictures, so basically I crushed up the pork rinds, but I had the pork rinds that have the fat attached, not the really plain pork rinds, and that was a hiccup because the fatty parts don't crush good. But I did still coat it in egg, coat the meat in egg, dip it all in the crust, cook it all up. Tasted real good. The thicker parts that didn't want to crush good had a weird texture, a little chewy, but otherwise it tasted really good, and it was a nice change of pace. And that is it. I am just still quarantined, but I'm at least trying not to look so quarantined. Yeah, colored my hair. Feel a lot better now. It's nice and fresh. Yes, no more gray hairs. Didn't put no hairspray on, and the wind just blew me all over the place, though. It's almost Thanksgiving. I will tell you next week how my Thanksgiving food went. Other than that, it's just been a quiet time. Bathroom's still not done, but it is starting to look like something. Water heater's about in. And we're making progress there, slow but sure. A lot slower than I thought, but still surely happening. And I will catch you on the flip side. Please do remember to like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, all the things. You know I like to hear from you. And I will talk to you later.